Hello Cancer, and welcome to your February 2019 general reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes, and thank you so much for visiting my channel. I first want to just give my gratitude for all of the likes and the shares and the subscribes. All of your feedback has been really wonderful, and for all of you who are getting personal readings, I really love working with you. And if you're interested in one, all of that information and my website connections are in the box below, as well as the information on the decks that I'm using. So let's get started. I'm going to start with just the generals that were pulled from the overall for the whole year. And so for February, we are working, well, I'm sorry, not for February, for your entire year, Cancer, you're working with the upper world, and I'm trying to get it so that you can see the card out of the light, but there we go. So the upper world. This is the Mystical Shaman Tarot. The upper world is really about connecting to your spirit guides, your higher self, source, God, whatever it is that is greater than you. It's working with and allowing and surrendering to something that is greater and bigger than you, and working with that energy. So I love that this is an energy that you are pulling with this year, that you're walking with this year. So let's just remember that today, working with the upper world. And then specifically for February, we have the King of Wands. Hopefully you can see that. And the King of Wands energy is, and he's got fiery eyes too. So he is decisive. He knows what he wants. He goes after it. He creates the life that he wants. He will even sometimes step on people in order to do so. The nature of the wand elements is not to think about emotions and not to think about those outside of the action, right? It's really about doing things, getting things done, creating, and making change. And so the kings sometimes can be so far removed from the action that they could hurt others. So just keep in mind that, if you are in this highly creative place, just keep in mind that you want to also temper that. And in Cancer, you're so good at having this energy naturally. Temper that with your emotional, compassionate nature too. All right. Now you're also clarified with the Lenormand, the ship. Okay. So what that's saying is that any kind of new action that you're creating for yourself, any kind of new job or creative project is going to come either, there's going to be movement, a trip, or a new adventure, a new journey that's happening from that. So you might be starting a new job this month. You might be going on a trip for that job, or if it's a creative project, there is a trip that is involving that this creative project is going to blossom. You are going to be seen as the master or someone of who has mastery, I guess I should say, of your craft, and you will be rewarded by being brought somewhere to demonstrate that. So that is beautiful, Cancer. We'll see. So we've got some work-related stuff happening, but we'll see what the cards really bring about in terms of, if that's going to be all of what your February is going to be about, or is there some emotional issues coming up, because it's the love time of year. And I'll do a love spread as well, but we'll start here. For Cancer, I have pre-shuffled, but I'll do a few more. For Cancer for February 2019, what's coming up for Cancer? All right, let's see. We have, the Hermit, and it is in reverse. My gosh, this glare. All right, so you might have taken a timeout, I guess I should say. Taking a time out in January, and now you're kind of coming out of that. The Hermit also is the Reluctant Leader card. So if you have been looked to as a leader and you didn't want to take on that role, you might now be stepping forward into that leadership role, okay? I'm seeing that just because we're talking about this King of Wands over here. So there's some type of you coming out this month in February, and it's moving away from this energy of keeping yourself hidden. This is the Virgo card, so there could also be an issue of you holding yourself up to a level of of perfection that you realized, there's no reason for me to try to be so perfect. And you're releasing that and you're moving on into the world, being kind of free, being yourself and enjoying that. And I love that for you. Let's see what else is coming up. The 10 of Pentacles. So you're realizing some wealth, some accumulation of dreams that you've had, and pentacles are food, clothing, shelter, well-being, stability. They're also money. So you might be in a really great moneyed place. The other thing about 10 of Pentacles is that it is kind of everything being brought together except for the emotional satisfaction of the cups. You've got stability, you have finances in order, you have you're feeling good with your work, your ethic of work. There's family considerations in all of this. So what I'm seeing here is that you're coming out of a place where you pulled yourself away from realizing and achieving this dream. But I think now you're stepping into this dream. And maybe this is just the life that you had and you just needed to take a break from it to come forward. The other thing is that this could be revealing itself, and that could be coming through with this trip that you're taking. So let's see, what else do we have? We have the Queen of Swords. She's in the reverse. So there's some type of communication that's compassionate. We talked about that. Some type of communication that hasn't been brought forward yet, okay? The Queen she knows how to speak the words in the way that is going to honor her as well as the person who's receiving those words. So I feel like there's something that needs to be said here where not only you're speaking your truth, Cancer, but the other person is hearing your truth in a way that will bring them even closer to you. And even if it's a work situation, you're going to woo them, right? They're going to be stepping forward on your side. We just have to master that ability, okay? And with the 10 of Pentacles being here in the center, that's telling me that you're just working towards flipping this energy. You have the stability to do so. You have the foundation to do so. And this is coming for you very soon. It's just a little in the upright right now. Okay, we also have the Judgment card. That's coming in reverse. So the Judgment is really about, I look at the Judgment card as the opposite of the Tower card. And so the Tower shakes things up and the Judgment brings things in. It also wants you to stand for what you believe in. Like you're being judged for all that you've stood for in the past, and that's when you really decide, is this who I really am? Is this the stuff that I really believe in? Do I really want to move forward on this path, or do I want to change? With it being in reverse, and it's also kind of connected to this Hermit card here, is that you are, I think, rethinking what you've done in the past, who you have been in the past, what's brought you to this 10 of Pentacles. I think maybe you even want to manifest this 10 of Pentacles, and you're trying to make sure that you have all the solidified foundation underneath you taken care of. So you're doing these checks, these personal checks to make sure that, yes, you are aligned. Yes, whatever this work situation is, this work that I'm doing, I want to do this for the world. I want to bring my gift to the world. So I think that this is just you going internal, you making sure that you're on your path. Okay, what else do we have here? We have the 3 of Chalices, 3 of Cups. There's a party. There are multiple people involved, okay? So if you are making this choice about if you're on your path, and I feel like this is a family choice here, okay? If you're making the choice that, I want to be married, I want to live in this home with, the children and the dog and the car and all of that, if you're thinking about if this is truly on your path, just know that there are other people involved here. They are supportive of you living the life that you feel best in. Nobody wants anyone to suffer, right? But you do need to be clear in this communication about what you're going through in order for you to feel this support, in order for there to be this connection of support, and I'm going to say it as a party, the celebration, right? So if you are coming out of the shadows, if you are making sure that you are in fact living your purpose, you're moving forward in your life, then you will have all of the support around you as long as you express that, okay? And I really feel like this Ten of Pentacles is here in the middle, showing you that this is the prize here. This is what you're wanting. So you're moving through whatever this questioning, this self-doubt, and if you talk about it, if you turn this Queen of Swords upright and you talk about it with the people surrounding you, you will have all the support that you ever need, okay? Now, let's see, what else are the cards telling us? Because right now, these are very internal struggles for you, Cancer. And it's, you might be doing things that are work-related, family-related, but let's see, there's money here, Seven of Wands, so there's some action, standing your ground. So once you have completed this, questioning of yourself, this standing for what you believe in, then you really have to be firm in it and let everyone know that this is what you stand for. Okay, what else do we have here? We have the Four of Cups, okay? So we want to make sure, again, that you have this strong emotional foundation, okay? Stepping forward is risky. When you are making a statement that this is who I am, this is what I need in my life, this is the kind of life I want to live, or the kind of life I want to draw into myself with the Ten of Pentacles, it is an emotional, it's a weight that you bear until you release it, until you talk about it. And then it's vulnerable, right? Because everybody knows what you're saying and feeling, because you've expressed that. If you stand your ground, if you're clear with what you're going through, you're going to get all the support from their family, your friends, the people who are around you, so that you can help, so that they will help you to achieve this Ten of Pentacles dream, okay? Now, what else is coming up for Cancer? Okay, now we have the Three of Swords in reverse. So you're looking forward to things in the future, but you're feeling stuck and stagnant, okay? You're feeling like, I'm sorry, this is the Swords. I was reading it as the Wands. So there's some grief and some loss in the past, but of course it's upended now, okay? So there's an underlying feeling that you're dissatisfied. We're getting that with the Four. We're getting that with the Judgment being here, and with the Hermit. There's some kind of dissatisfaction. Now, you can easily move through this. This is up to you. And what I'm seeing is that once you release yourself from the feeling of not good enough, feeling like you are, even if you haven't achieved what you wanted to achieve at this point, doesn't mean that you never will. And if you never do, that doesn't mean that you haven't been on your journey and on the right path this whole time. It's not about what we achieve. It's about what we learn as we're going. So if you are feeling like you can release that need to achieve, and this is interesting because, you're a Cancer, so it's really about feeling, but we're talking about work here. So if you can release the need to achieve, release the need to be a certain way, and state that clearly, you surrender to it all. And maybe that's what we were talking about with the upper world. This is a year of surrendering and of allowing things to work for you, okay? So in doing that, stating, I'm surrendering, I'm giving in to what's, the greater unfolding, right? The greater, the way in which things are coming to me, right? I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm just letting it come to me. I've put myself out there so much so that let's let the world show me the next place to go. And this dissatisfaction, this sorrow that might have been there because of this past of trying to live up to something, I think that once you release that, then we can transform these energies of not feeling good enough and not feeling as if you can achieve anything. And again, it's not about achieving, but I think we sometimes get stuck in that. If we don't have the legacy created, if we don't have the physical reflection of what we've been working on, and then what have we been working on. Once you release that need, I think that the transformation is going to happen, and it'll happen quickly. Swords don't play. They don't play. They don't stick around for long. They move, and they move quickly. Okay, so let's see what else for Cancer. What can we use as a, what's the guidance for Cancer in moving through these energies? Got the Ace of Cups. Now, it kind of came out sideways, so we'll talk about it in a sideways way. How about that? I like to do that. So the Ace of Cups is a new emotional beginning. This is you changing the way that you feel about all of this, okay? The Ace is just one, okay? Now, the Ace can be a new beginning, but it can also be an emotional journey for the one person, okay? So if this is this journey, maybe it's not a physical journey, maybe it's your emotional journey, and it's being open to what's coming, what's changing, what's allowing itself to come forward to you. And here we have the Devil. The Devil, I'm going to read it the same way, sideways. So I think that, and are these crossing? Sure, they could be crossing if we want to look at it that way. The Devil energy is Capricorn energy. We've just moved out of that time period, but it's hard work, right? So we're talking about emotional satisfaction with ourselves and releasing any kind of hard work, the feeling of hard, right? We don't want it to be hard. There's no reason for this achievement, you know, the Ten of Pentacles dream that we want to be hard. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to have this connection to grief and loss and discontent underneath it. We can release that and start something new. The emotional newness that you want is up to you, and it's you giving over, right? Giving into it, if that even makes sense. Just saying, look, you know, this is how I'm feeling. I'm giving up. I'm not going to try to hold it. I'm not going to try to be it. I'm just going to let it go. And once you let it go, I think that really things are going to come. And the reason why is because this Ten of Pentacles is sitting here right in the middle for you. These two want to come out. Okay, so we also have the Five of Wands and the Knave, or the Page of Wands. Both action cards. The Five of Wands is the struggle. We're putting it down. We're getting past the struggle. We're not going to argue about it. We're not going to fight over it anymore. This change is coming, okay? This change is coming, and it's not something that you have to force. You don't have to make the change. Even though you're the king here, well, let me go back. If you want to make this change, just do so in a way that you're tempering yourself, okay? You want to take action. Make sure that you're doing it not in a way that steps on anyone else, and that it also is in a balanced and emotionally stable place. Okay, sometimes we move forward just trying to do things, and we don't think about where our hearts are. And really make sure that your heart is in this place if you want to move forward. I'm suggesting, and the cards were suggesting, that you just relax this month and just own up to the feeling that you're going through some stuff. Speak your truth about it and let the community help you. Let your family sit in with you. Maybe even celebrate it. Go out for a drink, you know, if that's something that will help you to relax. And then all of this underlying energy can be released. You can move through and start something new, start a new emotional connection with yourself, something that feels more stable for yourself. You can move through the need to create something physical in the end, a hard, you know, this is, again, your hard work card, your discipline. And it's okay to be disciplined, but I feel like you've been really hard on yourself, Cancer, and I feel like this is you upending that, saying, look, I just can't, you know, I got to take a break. I have to take a break. I've been working really hard. You're, you know, banging your head up against a wall. Well, don't do that. Just relax, give it over, let the upper world take care of it, and just know that things will change. This struggle will get put down. Change will occur. Let's get one more for Cancer. For our end bit, what is left for Cancer to know for February? And the Nine of Wands. Yeah. So what that means is that release it, Well, first I'll say, admit it. Admit that it's been hard. Admit that you're tired. Tell that to your friends, tell that to your family, relax, go out, have a drink, or whatever it is that you need to relax. Know that you are getting support not only from your family but from the source, from whatever is greater than you. You can release the negativity, release the tension, release all of the stuff that's built up because you've been working so hard and it hasn't come through at this point. And once you release that, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to swim right in. Sometimes we have to stop fighting and release that so that the energy can come to us. We have to make space. We have to open that window so that what we've been working towards will find its way to us. So we don't have to go out and find it. We just have to relax a little bit and not beat ourselves up for not having created it thus far. So Cancer, I hope that helps. We're really talking about, emotional understanding of yourself, and it's, it can be about work, it can be about a creative project, but it seems like it's really about you just feeling and getting good with you. And knowing that, we all see that you've been working really hard. So release any attachment to the outcome of that and let the world come to you and change for you. Okay, Cancer? So that is what I have for you in February. I'm going to send you all my love.